Welcome. Welcome to another episode of AI Made Simple. I'm Steve. Today we're going to talk about some news that came out this past week, and it's called Google's AI mode. So in search, we've been trained, we've been indoctrinated, we've been brainwashed into keywords. We got to have keywords. Where do we put our keywords? We need to please Google. I want to show up on Google. Google doesn't care about you. Your customers care about you. You care about your customers. We just have this little problem with we got Google in the mix. So what is this AI mode? What is it? What does it mean? How does it change what you're doing? And just like everything else, this is why I do this AI Made Simple show, is that AI is going to change your world, the way you work, the way you operate, the way you communicate. It's going to change everything about your world. It's going to change every single industry. It's going to change every single job. And Google's not immune to that. You know, we've been probably, you've noticed that ChatGPT has been like out in the forefront, making the moves, branded chat AI experience. And where's Google been in the mix? Google's got all these servers. They got all this data. They have all these developers. What's been going on with Google the past 2 years with AI and chat? Well, they have Google Gemini, and I've been demonstrating some of the things that you can do in Google Gemini. But now Google's going to bake Gemini into everything that you use, with whether it's their phones, whether it's their browser, whether it's your email, Gmail, your docs. Gemini is going to be baked in. And so today we're going to talk about, well, what's this going to do for search? What is Google AI mode in search? So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get to it. Thanks for being here. If you got some questions, let me know so I can answer them while we're talking. All right, here we go. Can everybody see? Yes. All right. So we're navigating. We're now in the point where we have to navigate the shift from traditional SEO to Google's AI-powered search. And so what is Google's AI mode? Well, Google's AI mode is the following. I got to get my little search going right here. Hang on. My little share. Where to do Windows. Here we go. Look at there. I can do this. All right, Google's AI mode. Meet AI mode. Look at it. So this new way of searching, when you go to a new tab, you're going to start noticing AI mode. And what's happening here is when you click on it, this is what it's going to look like. And this is the AI mode. So what does this mean? How is it going to impact searches, the way that people operate? And so let's talk about that. So it's going to fundamentally change how users interact with search. And we're moving from the paradigm of, oh, I got to rank number one on this page on this topic, to actually being a trusted source for generative AI models such as ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini and Grok and others. And so we're moving from conversational answers. When you click on this screen and you see this AI mode, the results that are returned are interactive. It means that it's going to go out and it's going to do a query, and it's going to cut in just a matter of a second. It may, depending upon the topic you're searching, it may look at over 50, 80 websites. And then it's going to bring it down and it's going to do a query fan out. And that's where Google breaks down a user's question into sub-questions. And this is a way that you search. If you think about it, you used to go put in a search, then you look at the results, you click in a result that maybe was interesting, you look at it, and then you're going to do deeper. You start with um, a general, then you niche down in that. And that's what that query fan out is. But how it's going to impact is 0-click searches. Now, many times, so Google's search is going to go out and do all of the clicking around and all the searching. And so you're not going to be as doing the clicks. Google's going to be doing the clicks in this scenario. And websites are going to start being sources. They're still sources of content, or should be, but it needs to be arranged in a way that Google is comfortable citing it, okay, and references them. So we're moving from keywords to citations. Being the source of a cited snippet is becoming nearly as important as being top in organic rankings. That's for the current moment. But you'll start to see as you use these tools, that'll go out and get stuff and it brings you the citations. This will quickly be the most important thing. And so where the real estate shifting, your generative AI answer is prominent, pushing traditional organic listings further down. So what Google returns when you put in your question is going to be prime real estate, prime cited real estate. Okay. And so your local learning, your Google business profile, if you're local and you have local products or services, your Google business profile is going to be even more prominent and more important. And I've done some videos on this. I'll do some more on it, but this is your, like, the very first thing you need to get. The Google business profile is basically a Google approved website, their version of an approved website connected into their ecosystem. And then they offer these boxes that you fill in information that they approve, and then they feel more confident should you fill that out and make it really optimized. They feel more confident presenting this Google business profile. And so now we have all this technologies like we're tracking traffic, we're tracking impressions. How many impressions did this? Well, that's going to drop because the impressions in an AI mode may not show in those conventional analytics. And so if you're not aware of this and you're seeing that your traffic and impressions are going down, this is because this is being quickly adopted. You're already familiar with the version of this. If you're familiar with Perplexity, it just makes finding your answer. We're going from search, I'm going to search for an answer, to here's what I'm thinking, what is the answer? EEAT is elevated, means that the importance of authority, credibility, and expertise. Okay, Google wants trustworthy sources to synthesize from. So what is EEAT? It's experience. This is super important. What is your perspective on your topic that you're an expert in? Okay. Expertise, having a high level of knowledge. Let's demonstrate it. Let's talk about it. You see all of these folks demonstrating how to fix something. That is showing their level or skill or knowledge or their opinion on a particular topic. And then being a recognized authority by publishing this content on a regular basis is how you create authority. And then your content being accurate, honest, that's where the sweet spot of this is. Structured data in your pages. So we're talking about schema, FAQs, markup. These things need to be obvious and deliberate in your websites. Structured data such as this, JSON. Here's a simple FAQ example. And so how do I fix a leaky faucet? Well, check the washer and replace if it's worn out would be an example of an FAQ. And so this code explicitly tells AI that how do I fix a leaky faucet? is a question, and check the washer is the direct answer. So this makes it easy for the AI to extract and bubble up your answers as a cited citation, right? And then for here, so what's a risk? If you don't get this going, if you're not a mover on this is what's at risk, okay? Loss of organic click traffic. Your typical default SEO snake oil people stuffing your websites with keywords, they're going to be, you're going to see a loss of organic click traffic. You're going to have lower visibility. Your dependency on being citable is now more important than rankable. Your analytics are going to be confusing. There's going to be greater competition. Your local business listing and your Google business profile, it's imperative that you get that claimed and optimized. Yeah. And so what do we have to do? Well, this is what we do with our clients. We audit the content through an AI lens, and then we start developing a plan to elevate it. We have to optimize it for clarity and structured data. We need to write self-contained content with direct answers. And that way the AI can quickly see it and organize it and present it. We need to lean into local niche, like I've been talking about your Google business profile. You have to start thinking about how you're publishing your thoughts, your opinions that you would do to be successful in the Google AI search, but you have to be pushing this out in the other search engines such as Twitter or X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, others. And then multi-step content. What are the next questions? And other than the superficial, obvious question, you're going to have all these additional questions. Remember we were talking about the query fan out. That's what is supporting the query fan out. Okay. So you just need to be a go-to source in your niche. You need to have an opinion, and you need to share your opinion. And then you're going to build more traffic by using social media to point to the post of your opinions on your website. And so here we go. So this is what it looks like. This is where it started. You click on AI mode. It takes you here. And then you're going to put in a topic. And so the topic I put in here is why AI mode and why now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So if I take this question and I put it here, so it's like, why AI mode? Look at this. It's kicking off 80-something sites. It's already combed through 80-something sites in that short time. It'd take you 2 days to go through that many sites, right? And so here we are in how AI mode, see, these are cited topics that Google has felt relevant, that are pithy, and bring results. See these little links here? These are the citations. If I click on this link, it's presented this AI mode represents a major evolution for traditional search and is designed to address a new generation of user expectations. If I click on that link, it shows me where it got that. That's the citation. If I click on this right here, this is the article. It's from Night Watch right here. If I click on it, now it takes me to that exact area. I didn't have to dig through this whole bunch of data. I didn't have to dig through it. It took me to that exact point where it answered that question. This could be your website. This is how your future search results are going to happen. But first, I'm getting like conversational based interaction, agentic capabilities, deeper and synthesized answers. Here's the query fan out. Okay. Why now? You see how it answered all this? And then it offers these fan outs. So what are some ethical considerations of AI mode? How does AI, so it's bringing me, when Google originally started, You think about this. This is how amazing um, Google is. They've been using AI forever. Okay. But right here, think about this. I'm wondering about AI and what's happening here. It's discerning in just two letters. It's discerning what potential intent I have as a search person. Okay. It's discerning that. It's discerning intent. And so when we go in here and look at this, it's discerning intent, but it's able to bring back all these variations of understanding the intent of my search. Millions of searches, if not billions of searches every day, and it's able to discern in just a matter of a few letters. And it's really good at discerning the intent of what I'm getting to, and it wants to present it as quickly as possible. And here it's going to present it, and not only present it, it's going to present a synthesized version of answers. So these are answers in aggregate. It went through many places and aggregated, meaning it brought points from all these different places and organized it in a beautiful way to make my time more useful, to get the answers that are more helpful. And here's where it's going to take you to that specific website if you have a citationable link that Google is happy to present and offer as an option that I may go and investigate on that article, on that opinion, that authoritative opinion about something. And so it's going to, over time, these improved deep learning models are going to become more important. Advancements in hardware. So this will your phones, the chips, the tools that you're using, but multimodal, meaning it's going to bring images, it's going to bring audio, it's going to bring visuals. So not just text. And this is where, even in the old world of SEO, keyword, it was just text. You have to bring all these multimodal options. And so here's where you can start to be presented as a cited result for these searches. Okay. And so one of them is creating a custom GPT, a forward facing, customer facing custom GPT that's ready to answer any question about your product or service on your website, just like a lead generating PDF. But imagine a button that you click on and you ask it any question. And where is that custom GPT? What ecosystem is it stuck in? ChatGPT. These searches are being done, whether it's in Google's AI mode. The reason that you'll see this AI mode now is because people don't even go to search anymore. They go to Perplexity or they go to ChatGPT and they ask these questions. And if you have a custom GPT with all of your information baked into the ecosystem of ChatGPT and or Gemini or Grok or Perplexity or others, then guess what's going to be pulled from when people go ask a general question? Your custom GPT by um, by default, your website becomes a citable resource that is indexable and searchable in these other ecosystems. The trap, the trap of SEO is only thinking of Google, trying to please Google, arranging your day around what Google thinks. And that's the trap. And that's where you fail. You need to arrange the answers around your customer. What are they wanting to know? You need to organize your data in a way that is citable. Okay. You focus on your customer. You focus on their fan out questions. Okay. And then you bake in a customized, a personalized, and transparent way for people to get all the questions answered in this way that they want to answer it. And so a custom GPT is a beautiful way to do that. Having FAQs, having anchor pages that are specific to your products on your page, that is organized in a way that makes an AI search engine recognize that and include it as a citation in its multimodal search results. And so, where do you start? How do you do this? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's why we're here. You need to start getting a custom GPT set up. Okay. And that's where ROI Online comes in. Your world is going this way. Here's what winning looks like. We're here to help you shortcut that winning process. Schedule a time. Let's talk about it and let's get your custom GPT, your customer facing custom GPT baked into your website, and let's win. There's a process, there's a way, and that's how we do it. Sing it with me. That's how we do it. All right. We'll see you next week on another episode. We'll go in deeper on this AI search mode and how you can win. AI is disrupting everything. Everything. Let's get prepared. Don't be scared. And let's meet this with a plan. I'm Steve ROI Brown. We'll see you next week on Made Simple.